welcome. A very good evening to all of you. Now, this is a topic that is very relevant to you, and the idea is this year we have seen that both the class 10th as well as the class 12th exams were scrapped. So, how would the admission process work? What would be the new guidelines that would be recommended, and how the admissions to various fields would take place? And this is something which is very challenging for most of the students. Students who have been doing good have been struggling with the thought that how they would cope up with this situation when it comes next, and those who have not been performing well, whether there would be injustice that would be done to the students. Now, to understand all this, we first of all need to understand the present scenario. So let's talk about this year. This year we have seen class 10th was scrapped, class 12th was scrapped, 10th it's more or less okay, because based on the concept of 9th and 10th, the average interest of the students, the student can pick up the individual stream. However, what would happen with class 12? Because this is the foundation for most of the admissions. Many of the college admissions are on the basis of 12th marks. So how would these admissions work? Now, what has been recommended and proposed is 40% weightage to 12th, the pre-boards in the 12th, 30% weightage to 11th, and 30% weightage to 3 best performing subjects in class 10th. Now, based on this, we understand that there has been a long-term average of a student that is calculated, and this long-term average would help to nullify any kinds of uneven bumps in the scores. Now, definitely this is a good idea, but when the examinations are scrapped, how would the admissions work? Then there's, I'm definitely looking for questions and suggestions from your side as well. Now, when these exams are scrapped, let's say if it is students from arts faculty, how would the admissions in the college run? Students from commerce faculty, even if there is a scenario that JEE or NEET does not happen, in that scenario, how would the admissions for engineering and medical colleges take place? So all this becomes a very challenging issue. So if this is a scenario for the present year, what would be the situation for the next year to come is definitely questionable, and therefore we need to have a revised strategy onto what should be a permanent strategy, how it should work, and what should be the best efforts that should be taken. Muhammad Adan has a question about Hindi. So Hindi we cover at Examrace Hindi. You can subscribe to our another channel, which is Examrace Hindi. There we are live every Thursdays at 6 p.m. on separate topics. So you can just check the Hindi versions there. If you want the same topic to be delivered in Hindi, you can just put a request and we would consider this for next Thursday. But the idea is, whatever preparation you are doing, you need not to leave any clue, because we do not know which marks would be counted for your next exam now. So probably whatever percentage you are getting for your 12th exam would be counted as an admission criteria to your various universities. There could be further entrance exams, there could be amalgamation of entrance exams. So a lot of things remain in a kind of ambiguity as of now. And since there is so much ambiguity, we need to understand that there is a definite need that we focus on our planning. So the first important thing that we would say is consistency. Maintain consistency with your academics. It should not be a scenario that you have performed well for first few years and then the scores have gone down for the next 2 years. As we have usually seen, students in 10th perform excellent. However, when it starts with 11th and 12th, they are more focused with their institutions coaching, and their scores for 10th and 12th deteriorate significantly. Now, this would be an impact on the students who have not given due weightage to their 10th, 11th and 12th, and therefore would be detrimental to them. So it's very important that you maintain consistency in your studies. With so much dynamic and ever evolving scenarios, we can never predict what would be the next thing that would come. The next is, there can be a situation where there can be amalgamation of examinations. When I say amalgamation, The idea is there can be different various exams that could occur as a single exam, and admissions to various departments, various universities could be granted based on that single basis. So rather than having each individual university having their own entrance examinations, there could be a unified system, a unified portal that can occur. And this could be, let's say, the basis with class 12th marks, or there could be a separate exam that could be conducted. Even there can be a scenario if, let's say, things go difficult, probably. I'm just quoting an example that let's assume if nothing happens, then prelims in some case gets removed, and students are shortlisted based on their CBSE class 12th or their graduation average marks. So there can be various scenarios that can be changed as of the present situation. So for the students, I definitely recommend consistency becomes very important. You need to understand that there could be any exam that could form the basis for your future. So don't leave any stone unturned. The idea is focus well in whatever year you are, whatever class you are, whatever exam you are preparing right now, and don't leave anything. Because if you leave now, for those students who had been, let's say, preparing for JEE entrance or NEET entrance, they did not paid heed to 11th. They thought that there is no need to study for 11th, and probably pre-boards we would study only in the boards. So in that situation, their marks for the 11th and 12th went down significantly. Now when the average marks would come, this would significantly impact their aggregate class 12th marks, and this would have a later implication on their future admissions. There can be a scenario that if this year NEET or JEE does not happen, what would occur in that scenario? So in all those pictures, we need to take into account for those students who are preparing as of now, that maintain consistency and do not worry whether the exams would be scrapped permanently or not. I have heard many of the students saying that in new education policy, class 10th has been scrapped. However, PIB has claimed that no such declaration has been made by Education Ministry, and this was really a fake rumor. So when we say that this was a fake rumor, that means that officially there is no notification that class 12th class 10th board exams will not happen. So what we need to understand is, if you are a good student, keep preparing yourselves, be on track, don't worry whether the exams would be scrapped or not. It should be totally immaterial, because the syllabus is there, you have been reading it for the past other years as well. So the same way you had been giving your exams for class 6, 7, 8, 9, in the same fashion keep preparing for 10th, 11th and 12th. This time they selected 10th, 11th and 12th. Probably next year it could be 6th onwards, who knows. So we do not know anything as of now. That's what is my main idea, because now even the marks have been uploaded onto a national register, and a student's graded performance over the years is taken into account. So it becomes very essential, very important that you do not leave any year as an unimportant year, and any of these years could be your deciding year for your future. So prepare well with your 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, and then also there can be things where common entrance exams can be conducted, rather than each university, each institution conducting their own separate examinations, students applying to each of the portals independently. There can be a unified portal where students can directly apply and get admissions into a single stream. So there are various things that we need to take into account. And this class, the main idea behind this class is, we have been hearing, many of the students have been constantly asking that this year the class 10th and the class 12th was scrapped. So next year also for 2022, we would also have the reduced syllabus. We would also see that there is no exam. We would also see that there are no practicals. Now all these become the mindset of the students. Now when this becomes the mindset of the student, this is the leading problem, because students are not willing to and not ready to work hard. Now, when you are not ready to and willing to work hard, you are expecting that something would happen and we won't have to appear for the exams. But in that scenario, we have seen that the students underperform, and this underperformance would lead to a detrimental impact on your career selection, because you probably would be left with very few choices in the later stages on what to choose, which subject to work on, how to proceed forward. Now, Big Bang has a question. Class 10th and 12th exams prepare us psychologically. The very effort of waking up and showing up for the exam changes us mentally. You are correct, Big Bang. Definitely, it has a very high impact onto the students, not only to the psyche of the student, but the thing that they are now in a phase where they have to decide their career. They have to build a strong foundation and have to prove themselves to the world. So the idea is, that's what my point was, that do not wait whether the exams are cancelled. Do not wait what would be the scenario, boards are there. Do not think about this as a very separate exam. This is similar to how you have been given 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, and similar to that, prepare for 10th and 12th. So your preparation module should not be change. Now, Big Bang has a suggestion that if you scrap the exams, you become an avoider of the crowd for all challenges in life. Definitely, students are not ready to accept the challenge. There is a big problem with identifying yourself. So, loss of identity becomes a major issue. And when you perform well, you get a self-confidence. You get motivated about yourself. You develop an inner confidence that helps you in the later stages of life. But those who were not able to do good with the board examinations, those who had a lot of mental pressure about the board examination, definitely wish that these exams should cancel. But even if they are cancelled, what would be the other side? The other side occurs much more bleaker, because you do not know, there could be injustice in many of the cases, there could be irrational division of marks in many of the cases, and these could affect your performance and your aggregate selection to the next universities and next stages in life. So that was the whole idea for this lecture. We would be meeting every Tuesdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. for the live sessions. However, we do have our videos which come every day 11:30 a.m. in the morning and 7:30 p.m. in the evening. So looking forward for your suggestions and recommendations, and definitely if you have any questions, any doubts in mind, feel free to post those not only in the comment section but also email us to admin@examrace.com. We would be more than happy to entertain your queries and questions. Wish you a very good preparation ahead, and as I mentioned, for 2022, don't think that there should be reduced syllabus, exams should be cancelled, practicals should be cancelled. You should keep preparing, see, as a serious candidate as you had been before, because you need to maintain consistency in your career, and we do not know at what point which exam has been given what importance. So across throughout your academic life, you need to have a consistent performance. So that was the basic idea. Wish you very good luck, study well, prepare well. See you again next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Till then, stay safe.